Are you tester, developer, data analyst, business analyst, or manager and looking for that technical career path? So in this video, I'm going to talk about DevOps technology and let's see what are technical skills required to be a good DevOps engineer. So this is the brain map to become a DevOps engineer. And you can see these are the boxes which represent whatever high level skills you need to acquire. Let's go through that list completely and we will talk more detail about each topic. I'm just scrolling here to get you the glimpse of the technologies which required to master to be a good DevOps engineer. So the first thing is about system administration. So to become a DevOps engineer, you need to be a master of at least one of the operating system like Linux, Windows, Mac OS, or there are some common categories or common characteristics those you need to take care as part of your system administration or system understanding. So let's see what is there in the Linux. So in Linux, you need to know some basic commands. I have listed those commands also. So if you see, we do lots of text manipulation as part of our day-to-day activity as a DevOps engineer. So that's where you need this AWK, sed, grep, sort, cat, put, cut, echo, word count, wc, grep, tr, frm, t, nl, these queries or these commands. Then in order to monitor the performance of your system, you need these commands. You can see pstop, htop, atop, vmon, iostat, sar, and vmstats. So again, from networking point of view, these are the commands which you require: nmap, tcp dump, ping, trace, route, airmon, air dump, netstat, tcp dump, teague, scp, ip table, nf tables, mtr, utf, and firewall commands. And there are some other common commands also like trace, dtrace, system map, uname, df, history, disk usage, du. So you need to know all these basic command as part of your Linux understanding. Apart from that, you need to master the skills of Linux scriptings also. So when it comes to the Linux, we have three types of editor. One is VI editor, or right now many people use Vim editor also. Gedit and Nano editors are also equally popular considering new generation of editing tools. Then coming to the Linux operating system, there are two types of Linux operating system. One is desktop distribution, another is server distribution. So when we talk about desktop, we have a Fedora and Ubuntu as a desktop version of Linux operating system. And when it comes to the server distribution, we have a Fedora. In Fedora, again, we have REHL and CentOS as an open source version as part of Linux distribution. Then OpenSUSE, which is very popular in European country, and Android, whatever mobile we use, that is also a distribution of Linux operating system. So these are the things we need to know at little bit intermediate to deep level to be a good DevOps engineer. But suppose same deployment activity if you are doing on Windows, so you may need to master PowerShell and some basic DOS commands. And when it comes to the Windows platform, or even suppose you are using Windows OS, to connect with the remote server and coordination of various activity, Excel, Word, and PowerPoint. These are very good softwares. Notepad++ is very important. So rather than using normal Notepad, I'll recommend highly to go for Notepad++ because it has very wonderful features to do lots of text manipulation and other activities. So in case of Windows, we have a desktop version. So most of the cases, we end up using desktop version in our day-to-day life. That is XP, Win7, Win8, and latest and greatest is Win10. So in server operating system, we have Windows Server 2019, Windows Server 2022 as a latest version. And even in Windows Mobile, we have Windows 10 Mobile. So these are the things which are related with Windows operating system if you are deploying the things on Windows Server platform. In case of Mac, so again, Apple is very popular nowadays, but Apple's Linux kernel is same as that of Linux operating system. I mean, Apple's kernel is same as that of Linux kernel. And in Linux, we have Emacs as a popular editor. So I didn't work too much on the Mac OS, but whatever we can do with normal Linux operating system as a desktop version, Ubuntu, same capabilities we can do using Mac OS. But again, it's an Apple product and very popular right now in the market. And what are the common things you need to know as a DevOps engineer to master the system administration skills? So IO management is one of the things where you need to focus on virtualization, how the virtualization works. Then memory and storage management. You need to know the file system also. I mean, how the data is written, how it is write, and access security. So in case of Linux, we have read, write, execute of operation. So you need to master these skills. Then socket communications, startup management commands, service management commands, thread and concurrency and processes management command. So these things you need to know as part of common feature, whether you are working on Windows or Linux operating system. Now coming to the next part, which is programming language. So as part of the programming language, you need to know at least one programming language as part of your DevOps engineering career. So the first one is Python, no doubt. Nowadays, lots of scripting means initially we were using PowerShell or Linux scripting, but right now it is being replaced by Python coding. Go language is again very popular tool. JavaScript, how it works. Ruby, if you are working on web applications. So these are some of the common languages you may need to acquire as part of your DevOps engineering career. In networking, again, there are lots of things when I talk about networking and its fundamental, but I have listed only 4 basic things which are related with TCP/IP, how it works. OSI model, please go and check it out, how the OSI model is there. There are 7 layers, how they work and how the things communicate internally when you send data from one machine to another machine, and larger picture as part of your data communication. Then there are common protocols like DNS, HTTP, FTP, SSL. So understand this common protocol and their connectivity. Then network security is one of the most important factor when you try to deploy or try to integrate anything in the system. So understand the concept related with network security as well. So now coming to the next part is about servers, right? So most of the cases we have a client server architecture, and one of the popular server is web server. So let's see what is there in the web server. So there are various web servers. So if you are from the open source community, you have Apache as a web server. Nginx is latest greatest. Tomcat is very famous. IIS is something on the Microsoft side, Jetty, Caddy, and there are many other web servers also. So again, depending on what tools and technology you are using, based on that you can acquire the skills of that respective web server. Then caching is very important. We have Redis and Memcache, these 2 popular technologies to optimize the performance by doing the caching. And databases means we have database servers, right? Again, database has server part and its client connectivity as a remote communication. So in databases, we have Oracle, MySQL, Postgres, MS SQL as part of Microsoft technology, and NoSQL, MongoDB is all-time favorite right now, and Cassandra is also equally popular, and you can acquire some skills in that area. So when I say SQL means you don't need to master each and every SQL database, just select any one of the SQL database. In NoSQL also you can go for Mongo, or as per your project, if it is Cassandra, then acquire the necessary skills to master your DevOps journey. Source code management, SCM, it's very important, and by default at many places we have a Git as a standard, right? So again, Git is a core component, but on top of that we have UI kind of applications like GitLab and GitHub. So it is good to learn GitHub or GitLab, and also whatever core commands are there as part of the Git, you need to master it. And other SCM tools are also there, like Bitbucket, but by default many places I have seen the implementation of Git only. Build and test tools. As part of your CI/CD pipeline, you need to build and test tool are very important. So we have a TeamCity, Bamboo and Travis popular tools. And also for build management, Maven is by default standard when it comes to the Java, and even Gradle, SBT. These are also popular build management and package management tools. Coming to artifacts management, means once you develop your code, you need to maintain the binaries of that code, right? So that's where JFrog Factory was very popular, and even today it is popular. Then package cloud, NPM, PyPy, if you are maintaining a Python code, and NPM for Java script is very popular. SourceForge, Sonatype Nexus platform, cloud DevOps tool. So right now everything is migrating on the cloud platform. So there are a common set of tools on the cloud platform also. So you can master those skills also. Now coming to the build and deployment tools. So Jenkins is by default very popular, but right now if you see GitLab and GitHub, they are also providing a facility where you can do build and deployment kind of activities. Then Circle CI is also one of the popular technology, and Travis CI, Drone. But out of that, I have seen myself, I have worked too much on Jenkins itself. Containerization. So if you really want to level up your career in DevOps, then, and even as a developer or tester or as a manager, even you want to know what is how you can fast track your CI/CD pipeline and test it on multiple platforms, multiple ways. So you need to master the containerization technology. That's where Docker plays very important role. But apart from Docker, there are RKT and LXC technologies also. But I have seen Docker being very, very popular right now in the market. So it is not just Docker you need to understand and master, but apart from that, you need to master the container orchestration technologies also, like Kubernetes. So if you really want to excel in your DevOps journey, then please go ahead and learn Kubernetes. Once you understand the Kubernetes, you can shift your gear and learn OpenShift also. OpenShift is a Red Hat product, but right now it is being acquired by IBM. So OpenShift is also very good UI kind of interface on top of Kubernetes. So as a Kubernetes learning, you can build your career as a Kubernetes developer, Kubernetes administrator. Apart from that, there are Nomad, Docker Swarm, Mesos. Mesos is again very good orchestration technology, but not that much popular. So coming to the next part, which is infrastructure automation. So as part of infrastructure automation, you need to provision the infrastructure, right? So that you can do using Ansible. So Ansible is very popular right now. It is developed in Python. But apart from that, we have Shape, Puppet, and SaltStack also there to build up and provision your infrastructure. Then Git Ops. If you want to deploy something which is related with Git operations, so Argo CD and Flux CD, these are the two popular products available. Service Mesh, we have ISTO, TO, and Linkerd, Council, and Envoy. These technologies are there. And for secret management, means many times we share some secret, right, password and some sensitive keys, so that you can maintain using Vault, SOPS, Seal Secret, and cloud specific tools are also there. So using that, you can maintain your secret keys and password. So that is something which is related with infrastructure automation. Now coming to the next part, which is infrastructure as a code. So in that particular category, Terraform is very popular. But apart from Terraform, we have AWS CDK, then CloudFormation, Pulumi. These tools are there. Out of this, I have seen the extensive usage of Terraform. And any one of the tools, if you are on AWS platform, better learn AWS CDK, and the respective platform also. There are, cloud platform, they have respective services, managed services. So go and learn those things. Now coming to the next part, which is very important, application performance management, right? So monitoring. So in application performance monitoring, I myself, I've worked on New Relic, but apart from that, there is Dynatrace, SolarWind, Jagger, and App Dynamics, and Insta and Open Telemetry. These tools are also there. So these are some cloud-driven tools, actually, New Relic. So you can integrate that with your infrastructure, and your application monitoring will be very easy. So just explore it and check its learning path. Now coming to infrastructure monitoring. So we have Nagios, all-time popular tool. But apart from that, JBig, Prometheus, Grafana for that graphical kind of look and feel you want to give to your collected data. So you can use these tools also. Datadog and Monit. These are some of the infrastructure monitoring tools. When you deal with the DevOps technology, you generate lots of log data, and analyzing log data is also very, very important task as part of your monitoring and troubleshooting activity, right? So that's where Splunk plays very important role. But apart from that, we have a gray log. ELK stack is very popular. If you are developing any product and you want to integrate in-house log management kind of framework, then you can definitely go for ELK stack. Papertrail, Loki, these are some of the other logging management tools you can use. But again, out of all these tools, you don't need to master each and everything. Just focus on that one tool and try to go and achieve that depth. Additionally, you may need to understand some concept like setting up reverse proxy in case of Nginx, or even in normal day-to-day activity. What is reverse proxy and how to set it up? Then caching servers, then setting up load balancer is very important activity. I have seen lots of application, and there are some dedicated teams also to take care of load balancing kind of activities. Setting up firewall, common protocol for configuration. So when I say common protocol, means secure file transfer protocol, SSH, SCP, HTTPS, TLS, SSL. So how to configure that ticket using TLS, SSL. So you need to have that understanding of all these tools. Ticket management and incident management. I mean, there are lots of tools in the market, but what I have seen, most of the enterprise level organization, they use ServiceNow. Project management. So if you are using agile methodology, so Jira tool is very popular. And apart from all these tools and technology, we have cloud platform, and in cloud platform again similar on-premise kind of tools available, but that too again on the cloud platform. So you can leverage that end-to-end package as part of your cloud distribution. So suppose you are on AWS or Azure or Google Compute, so or Google Cloud, so you need to select that DevOps stack and you can master it. So once you understand all these in-house tools, right, all these tools, definitely you can go and explore other DevOps tools and technologies which are part of your cloud distribution. So this is all about your career path as a DevOps engineer. Please provide your comments below to this video, that one particular operating system you want to master, that one particular programming language you want to learn. And no doubt you need to understand the basic concept of networking fundamentals. And suppose you are working on that web server or database technology, so please put that one server and database name in the comment section. Source code management, no doubt Git is by default technology which is used for SEM purpose, so type Git in the comment section. Build and test tool, again what you are planning to use, place that one tool in the chat window. Build management, again you can select that one tool. Artifacts management, select that one tool in a comment section. Build and deployment tool, again you can select that one tool from this category. Containerization, no doubt you need to put only Docker and Kubernetes here probably. And infrastructure automation, again put that one tool which you are planning to use for your automation in the comment section. Infrastructure as a code, select that one tool which you want to learn and explore as part of your DevOps journey. And same thing goes with application performance monitoring, infrastructure monitoring, logging activity, and select that one tool and put it in your comment section. So this is all about the DevOps tool technology and its stack, and how you can use these things to master your CI/CD pipeline, that is continuous integration and continuous development. So include at least one tool from each set and put it in your comment section. Thanks for listening.